European Socialists and Social Democrats. I've been crystal clear. When I was in Bucharest a couple of weeks ago, I was awarded an honorary doctorate at university. I was also very clear, and I want to be as clear to you today. We will not accept giving up the fight against corruption. We will not accept going back on that line. We will not accept a party that would undo what has been achieved over the last decade. Because we are now talking about some worrisome developments in terms of the fight against corruption and the rule of law in Romania. I think I was very clear in the last CVM report I published. But it would be a tragedy if a country that has achieved so much in fighting high-level corruption, and Romania has achieved a lot, would now go back in the other direction. And this is, for my political family, totally unacceptable. And there would not be a place in the political family I represent for a party that would undo some of the best things that have been achieved in Romania over the last 12 years.
It's difficult nowadays with also the Romanian presidency in charge, but the Romanian government announced the intention to adopt new emergency laws on Friday. And how do you think that this will be a reason enough for the European Commission to start a procedure against Romania using Article 7?
Well, what we have, every country is different in terms also of the instruments the Commission has. We are in the position with Romania and Bulgaria that we have a CVM, as you know, a cooperation verification mechanism. That mechanism offers us quite a number of instruments we can use. And also the Commission has other instruments at its disposal, as we have also used against Hungary, quite a number of infringement procedures. All these instruments are at our disposal. What we will do depends on what happens next. I am in a discussion with Prime Minister Dancila. We decided to have our experts meet on a very regular basis to achieve two things. First of all, to implement the recommendations the Commission has made in the CVM, and where until now the Romanian government has said no, but is now willing to look at how to do this. So that's the first step. And the second step is to look at possible new legislation and to see whether this is in conformity with the recommendations of the Venice Commission and in line with Romania's obligations under the rule of law. Now, you speak about new emergency ordinances that might come. I was told that we would be informed about this before, so that we could give our advice as Commission about this. Let's see what happens. But in my role as First Vice President of the Commission, responsible for the rule of law, I am politically colorblind. I will not treat Romania differently from Hungary or Poland. There's three different political parties in charge in these countries. If I want, the Commission to play the role of referee, which is our role in terms of the application of EU law, the Commission has to be politically colorblind, and I can guarantee you that there will be no different treatment based on the political composition of a government.
Thank you.
You had talked about data earlier.